Welcome back. Last weekend, both the William Penn and Oski football teams had something to prove. For the Indians, it was all about pride in their final home game of the season. For the Statesmen, the program has not beat conference powerhouse St. Ambrose since 1930. CRI's and Sports Pulse's Jason Madison has the details.
The Oskaloosa Indian football team has struggled this season, but last Friday they wanted to go out with a bang in front of their home crowd for senior night. Out to the stadium, and not a good start for Oski as Darren Cotton takes the opening kickoff and finds the seam. Showing off the speed, he's going to take it 80 yards to put the Panthers up 7-0 with just 13 seconds into the game. Second quarter now, and Oski's defense puts them on the board as Austin Blanchard picks off a pass and takes it 26 yards to the house. A few minutes later, and it's Oski special teams who comes up with a play. It's Brandon Roberts who blocks the punt, but the Indians couldn't cash in as Evelyn's pass is picked off and taken all the way inside the Indian 25-yard line. But fortunately, the Panthers return the favor as Dalton Shaw makes a diving catch. Third quarter now, and the Panthers receiver makes a great catch between two defenders. And a couple plays later, it's Cotton again, going around the outside for another touchdown. But give Oski some credit. They never quit. Here is Evelyn finds Jordan Van Wyk, and this kid makes things happen. He's going to find his way into the end zone. It's an 8-point game once again. But the Indians would not get any closer as Mount Pleasant tacked on two more scores, making it 35-19 in Mount Pleasant's favor. The Indians had plenty of opportunities to win, but could not take advantage of them. The Indians' defense picked off 3 passes, the first 3 interceptions of the season, and recovered a fumble. Roberts had 15 tackles to lead the defense, while Blanchard, Brandon Vonk, and Dalton Shaw all had interceptions. The Indians will look to finish their 2009 season on a high note this Friday as they travel down to Keokuk. It had been more than 75 years since William Penn last beat St. Ambrose on the gridiron. When the two teams met last Saturday, it was one for the ages. After almost a scoreless first quarter, it's Ryan Van Dalen on the option play, squeezing the ball in there to Corey Ketchum, who does the rest, sprinting towards the corner. Penn up 6-0, ending the scoring drought. Extra point was no good. Then it's the D-line crashing from all sides for another quarterback sack. Jamal Zollicoffer is hyped at this point, and he should be since it was a 4th down stand that set up Penn for this huge play. Van Dalen, with all the time in the world, lets his Skyliner take off, and with the deep ball in the air, there's only one man that can bring it back down to earth. And yes, that man is Skylar Crouch, 53-yard touchdown. Unfortunately, the 2-point conversion was unsuccessful. On the ensuing drive, Penn forces a fumble that's scooped up by linebacker Chris Ruff, who takes it to the house from 28 yards out. I'm going to let Trick Daddy finish this one. It was a solid defensive effort by the Statesmen as they limited the Fighting Beasts to 258 total yards of offense, forced 3 turnovers, and had 7 sacks. Chris Ruff led the way on the defense as he had 9 tackles on the day and had a fumble recovery for a touchdown.
St. Ambrose is the measuring stick for where your program's at. I don't think there's anybody that would dispute that, and I think right now our kids are playing good football, and we played good enough to win today. And there were mistakes, but we caused a lot of turnovers. Our defense played great, and we made enough plays to win the game. I'm as excited as a coach can be for this team right now.
The win keeps Penn's hope of a conference title and playoff berth alive. Currently, Penn trails Grandview and McKendree by 1 game with 3 games left in the season. No rest for the weary, though, as this week the Statesmen return home to host number 12 McKendree in another important Midwest League contest. Kickoff is set at 1 p.m. That's all for this week's sports segment. I'm Jason Madison.
Don't forget, you can catch more coverage of local area sports on Oskaloosa Sports Pulse, airing every Thursday at 8 p.m. on MCG Channel 7. Replays of the show can be seen on Fridays at 6 p.m., Saturdays at 10:30 a.m., and Sundays at 5 p.m., or watch online at www.criwmpenu.org under the OSP link.
Here's your weather forecast.